If you could relive one day of your life, which one would it be?
Great question. Undoubtedly, it would be a day with my dad. So he had a stroke in 1996. So if I could go back to the day before that, I'd love to like meet him again as my dad before he got sick and just kind of remember what that was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could witness one event in history, which one would it be?
Interesting. Because I've been recently reading all this Indian writing from 1947, and it's heart wrenching to read some of these stories sometimes because it's really painful. But I would love to be in the room when those decisions about partition were being made, and to be on the streets and hear what that was like. And I mean, it of course would have been traumatic and gory in many parts, but I'd be interested to see that in real time.
Oh my God! I think my hair is already standing up. Like what that day would have been like, right? So it'll be very gory. Maybe
Yes,
we'll
but it's like this so many things happening at the same
yes,
time. A new country kind of taking shape, two new
making
countries
of
taking
history.
shape,
Yeah.
moving of people, families being torn apart, families being brought together. It would have been such an interesting time in the history of the country. And just because I'm reading that book right now,
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah. And
thinking
my
about
Nana
it.
ji tells a story of how they had to run away from one area in Pakistan and like move to India, and how they left half of their family behind, and it
You
was
know, Reema,
yeah.
speaking of that, we were reading a piece by Manto in class the other day, and I asked the kids, "What do you know about partition?" These are all Indian kids, yeah, right here in our class in JLT, and they didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, "My God, this all your grandparents went through this. Your great grandparents had to pack a bag one day and just move to another part and leave everything behind. But we don't tell our children about our own family's histories and like what that meant, what the word partition meant to our family. I think that is so important to do.
Absolutely. And I think these are Dubai kids. So I always have this chat with my husband, right? Our kids are growing in a bubble. They're growing
Really, they
in
are.
such a safe, we give them so much safety, security, and by virtue of being in Dubai, right? They are so protected and so looked after. I miss the bachpan. Like, what my bachpan was is different than what my kids' bachpan was,
Absolutely.
basically,
And you
right?
ask your kids
Yeah.
about Trump and Republicans and Democrats, they'll give you lots, but they
Really?
don't know
Yes.
about their own partition, about the
No.
millions of people who had to shift
No.
home and base and identity and country and everything overnight.